Hey everybody, it's Thursday. Hi, I'm Musa Jackson, the Harlem Ambassador, and this is Ambassador Digital Magazine Live. You got your cocktails? You ready? You ready? I got a little Maker's Mark. You know, this is about to be one of them shows. Take a little sip. And I just want to say welcome, welcome. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining tonight. We have an epic, amazing night planned for you, an amazing show. And I can't wait to get in that with our special guest. But let's just first give a few shout outs to people who we love, who've had birthdays. First one up is our girl. She turned 50, believe it or not. The amazing Mary J. Blige. I cannot believe that. Mary's 50. Love her. And we also, let's see, there she is. And look at that, killing it on the beach. That's 50, y'all. Look at that. That's a beautiful Black queen, Black don't crack. We love you, Mary. We look forward to you coming through to Ambassador Digital Live. Okay? I'm going to call you. We have then James Todd Smith, also known as LL Cool J. Happy birthday to you. I think today is his birthday. And my beautiful goddaughter. I love you. I love you, Dardra Coaxum. I love you. So it's Dardra's birthday. I couldn't be with you this year, you know, but you know I love you, okay? Thinking about you. Oh, there she is. That's my baby. And also want to talk about what's happening in our community in Harlem. One of Harlem's own, William Council, is running for council, okay, city council of the Harlem District number 9, which is where I'm in. Takes care, actually all of Harlem pretty much. So he'll be, you know, let's get him elected. He's Harlem born. He loves Harlem. He's a producer. He's a father, king. Love you, Billy. We got your back. William Billy Council for city council. How about that? So I want to give him a shout out. Yeah, we have something really wonderful coming up this weekend, which would be the Harlem Creative Collective, right? They're an amazing group of artisans who've come together to do something really fabulous. And one of the most fabulous things is happening this weekend, which is the Men's Room. And it is featuring our featured guest from the closet of Michael K. Williams. And this brother right here, what you see right there, that's flyness right there, okay? And it's happening from 10 to 6 on Saturday. I'll post it, but it's up on 146th Street and St. Nicholas Avenue, okay? And it is the Men's Room, a curated pop-up, like I said, from the closet of Michael K. Williams. Fantastic. You know, if you want to get all the dope designers, all those things, it's coming out of his closet. You want to get a piece of history because that was on his back. Okay. Here's the part where I tell people, if you know, got children in the room or whatever, teenagers, send them into the next room because this actually, thank you, Marcia, this is grown folks' time. And I might say a couple of things, but as far as I'm concerned, it's time to talk about couple of things. I'm just talking about what's going down. You know, we've impeached the orange bastard twice. If we've done it the first time, we wouldn't be here now. But this is number 2. So that seems to be going through. We don't ever want him to run again. We don't even want to see him again. I wish he could go to an island, take his family. I hope the island blew up. That's just me telling you how I feel. They are catching people left and right, trying to fly out the country, but they're on a no-fly zone. Who stormed the Capitol, white supremacists. So let's make sure we bring them to full justice. Not just, you know, some of them are getting off, some of them are cops, some of the inside were cops, some of them, you know, were down with the senators, all that kind of stuff. We're seeing it all unravel. Okay? We're seeing it all unravel. Leading up to the inauguration, you know, don't want us to have anything, never wanted us to have anything. They can't take The fact that we're, you know, this is becoming you know, always has been, but you know, we're getting some of the power that we so deservedly deserve, Black and brown people in this country, you know. And as we said, we have the Senate, which is what we wanted. And so be safe out there as we go towards the election. I know, I mean, excuse me, the inauguration. I know that they're talking about trying to do stupid, dumb shit. I as a Harlem ambassador, bring your asses to Harlem. Bring it to Brooklyn. Bring it to the Bronx. We've never seen you. And your dumb asses probably should have kept your hoods on like your parents did, or else nobody would be finding you, but you want to be stupid. Use your white privilege with the fucking selfie. Well, now they caught your asses. I hope they, like I said, I hope they put you under the damn jail. Period. That's how I feel. Want to say, last thing I want to say is giving special love as a Black man, as a father, to Jacob Blake, the innocent father who was with his children, who was shot 7 times in the back and paralyzed in front of his children by a cop who got off. He had a first interview today, and one of the things he said out of his mouth was, "I just didn't want to become the next George Floyd." Pow! The next George Floyd, using a reference from what happened to one of another innocent Black men as to why he turned around and why he was walking away. He just wanted to get back to his children. Well, we're with you. We're with you. Harlem's with you. As a Harlem ambassador, I got Brooklyn on the line. I got Brooklyn, my Brooklyn brother. I can speak. When he comes on, he'll say the same damn thing. We got your back. Okay? And that young man, who was accosted by that crazy ass girl, 22-year-old, who said, "I was in New York. I was by myself." Well, you were in New York by yourself, and you were gangster enough to try and blame an innocent Black man in front of his father. You couldn't be too damn scared. Tired of your shit. Now you got the white tears. I hope you get under the jail too. Okay? Period. I want you, listen, I'm about equality and justice. That's my platform. That's who I am. Okay? In 2021, it's our time to come together. There he is. That's Keon Harold and Keon Harold Jr. He's traumatized. So his mother on Gayle King. And as a matter of fact, she shook Gayle King. You know, that's some auntie shit right there. That's a smack. I'm talking for the Black community. I'm talking for myself. I've never done anything like that. Disrespect an elder. But that's how they do. That's why she is the way that she is. Parents' failure. Well, this parent and those parents got that son's back. And we got your back. Get what you got. And to the Arlo Hotel, as the mother said of Keon, they didn't issue an apology. You cost them as they stay at your hotel and there's no apology? You'll never see my money, ever. I don't care if you give them one or not. Hit them in the pocketbook. Take pensions away from cops. I always say, if you hit them in the pocketbook, you're good. There we are. So we're gearing up for an inauguration. I'm sending out good wishes. Okay. Let's keep united, and that's wants to lead me into my amazing guest. Amazing. I know everybody's tuning in for this. This is why we're here. He is one of our great, fuck the notes. He's one of our greatest actors of our generation, period. He has invigorated and created some of the greatest characters on screen. Omar, The Wire, Chalky White, Boardwalk Empire, Jack Gee, Bessie, Bobby McCrae, When They See Us, and the latest, Montrose Freeman in Lovecraft Country. He is an incredible producer, having produced the award-winning on Viceland, Raising, oh my God, Raising the System. And he is doing incredible things for his community in Brooklyn and the Brooklyns and Harlems of the world, which is with his new organization, which is Making Kids Win. He is, like I said, one of the greatest actors on the planet, amazing human being, one of my great friends, the epic Michael K. Williams. Come on through, brother.
What up, Musa?
What's up, man? Good to see you.
Brother. I'm good. And you? Good to see you too, bro. First
Always
of all,
good.
I just want to say thank you for that humbling intro, man. Thank you for that, bro. And thank you for having me up on the show tonight, man. I really appreciate this.
100%, Michael. Thank you for being here. You know how I feel about you. You're just like you dope as fuck, man. All the way around. Just a good. This is a solid, like, yo. I mean, we're gonna get into it, but this is a solid brother here. That's what I love about him. He's an incredible actor, as we all know, but what you do on the behind the scenes, something that people don't know, is just outstanding. Just outstanding, brother. So it's always good to see you. I'm glad that you're here.
I'm glad to be here. We talked about this some years ago. You know what I mean? So like we always chilling, but this is the first time that we actually put our platforms together, man. And to be able to be here, it's not that I've never done an interview before, but the fact that I'm doing it with my brother, my Harlem brother, it makes a difference. It means the world to me, man, because it's for us and it's by us. So
100%.
I want to put that out there, bro.
100%, brother. So I know your time. Thank you. Like I said, your time is very limited. I want to just jump right in it. I know people are like, ask him this, do this. So we want to just jump right in, brother. And I had a few questions before you. We know that you're from Brooklyn, BK, Kings County. We get that. Talk about how you began your career.
My career began as a background dancer. I mostly house acts, Crystal Waters, Technotronics.
Wow.
I did a stint with Genuine, a little bit with Maya, and it was after I got my $150 in my face. I got requested to come in for an interview by the late great Tupac Shakur, who asked me to be in this movie called Bullet. He was shooting in New York with him and Mickey Rourke. Well, I had to audition, and I got the part, and that pretty much changed the trajectory of my whole life.
Wow. The late great Tupac. What was it like? What was I knew Tupac, but let's hear from you. What was he like to work with him?
He was like a walking encyclopedia. There and it wasn't like I would go up to him and ask him a bunch of questions because you knew better than that, right?
Right.
But he was the kind of person you just watched, and when he talked, it was like E.F. Hutton. Everyone listened. At least I did. He taught me things. Like there was one incident where the director kept calling him to set, and they were still setting up the shot, right? So you had the B team for that. You call the A team or first team when you're ready to shoot. Once you've rehearsed it, in the blocking. So they kept calling him to the set. They called him once. They called him twice. He was like, "Yo, don't call me to the set until you're ready because when I come to set, I be ready. So don't call me until you're ready." You know what I mean?
Right.
And they called him a third time and they wasn't ready.
Oh.
he cussed them the fuck out. And he walked off set. I looked at the director was like, "You heard what he said?" I went to my little corner. But what that taught me was don't come to set and get ready. Come to set ready. Get that shit over with in your trailer, in your dressing room. And when you cross that threshold on that set, your head better be in the game. Like you don't wait to get in the ring to get your head in the game. I mean, in the fight, that process happens in the locker room.
And so Oh, here we go. We got a little goodie. We got some goodies. Always have a goodie. Okay. There we go. Clip bullet. Wow. Okay. Well, listen, yo, what really kind of just everybody got to know you or got to really, really, understand the greatness of who you were was just how you created one of the most indelible characters ever still. And that's Omar Little of The Wire. And that role, we know that role, how did that come about? Was it handed to you? I know, but how did that happen?
No, it definitely was not handed to me. I got a call from Alexa Fogel. She's the casting director right here from New York City, and yeah, she asked me to come in and read for it. I put myself on tape. I think we did it like 3 times in her office, and she set the tape off. And when I heard back from her, she was telling me to pack a bag and go to Baltimore the very next day.
Mm. Very next day.
Yeah.
And
but the funny part about it though is, so that was in 2002, March of 2002, and in like right around like the end of 99, coming to the end of 99, I had stopped getting calls. So so from the time I shot Bullet up until The Wire, I was getting my little bit parts here and there, building my brand, Law and Order, you know what I mean? Every New York City actor, you know what I'm saying? We love Dick Wolf, right? Law and Order. So that's how you get, you build your credit. And so by the time 99 got here, my phone stopped ringing. Like I wasn't getting any more calls, and I thought I said, damn, like maybe it ran its course, right? So my mom, she ran a daycare center in the projects where we lived, where I grew up at, the Vanderveer in Flatbush. And so I was like, well, it could be worse things, right? I got family business right here in the projects where I'm from. I ain't got to go on the train to go to work. I'm going to help Mom Dukes out. And I did that all through 99 and up until October of 2001. I was in my apartment with my cousins, and we was doing what we do, drinking beer, smoking weed. And I had the TV on mute, but the music was playing. And the rerun that I had done with The Sopranos, the episode of The Sopranos, came on, and it was like kind of like a out of body experience. Wow. I'm like, wow, I'm actually right here on the TV.
Always,
yeah, it was crib. I was crib, staying chilling. So I told my mom, I said, I think I want to give this Hollywood shit one more shot, give it one more try. And she let me a couple dollars to rebuild my package up, because I had been off the scene for like 2 years. And so I sent it out for Christmas presents, right? I had 10 people. I made a hit list of 10 names. I was gonna send it out. And I figured by like that first, second week in January, they're gonna be like, yo, the dude is back. I'm back on the scene. My phone gonna ring up the hook, and I ain't get shit. So by March, I was like, it got a little dark for me. I got a little down, I was depressed, man. And I just didn't know where my life was going, man. And so that was the state of mind I was in. That's where I was at a personal level when they called me for The Wire.
Wow, you know what? And look at what happened, man. That's where the perseverance stays in. And a shout out to moms. Shout out to those dollars, just believing in you. Shout out to the moms out there. So if you out there, mothers of the world, we got you. We love you. I love my moms. That's for damn sure. She always got my back.
Damn right. Big mama.
There's been those times, Mike, I'm doing it, and we had those dry moments. Mine got a 50. Mine got dinner, what you need. I can only give you this. Turn the lights on, whatever. Mom has. Right. I love it. Beautiful story. So here we are. You blew up with the Wire, right? What the next big moment, I believe, really big moment, right, would have been, I believe it's Boardwalk Empire.
Yes, sir.
So Boardwalk Empire, and that for any Harlemite, chalky white, you were talking about it. That kind of energy, that time frame, which you embodied, it came out of you. How did that happen? Because that was directed by the great Martin Scorsese, right?
Yeah, Marty, he did the pilot.
Marty.
Huh?
How was that with Martin Scorsese in this role?
Oh man, Marty Cool is a fan. Real good. That's big bro, man. Got a lot of love for him, a lot of respect. Anyway, but I was in Africa. I was in South Africa working on another TV show, and I didn't think that it was a good fit for me. So I remember saying my prayers. I was like, damn God, I feel a little like embarrassed. Here I am. There's a bunch of phenomenal Black actors in America who would love to be in a situation, and I'm like, I don't know if this is for me. It felt a little, ungrateful, right? So I said, I tell you what. I said, if I'm supposed to be here, you give me a sign, and I'm gonna buckle down, and I'm gonna do this job. But if not, you send me that other sign. And literally the next week or the next couple days later, my agent calls me about Boardwalk Empire. And I'm like, man, you playing, bro. Right? Get fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it don't happen that quick, right? So I dismissed it actually. But I was like this, they were telling me that I had to put myself on tape and send the tape in to America, and they were gonna see my audition. And I was like, they are not gonna cast me halfway around the world on a tape when you got all these actors right there at home. So apparently, my agent, she called me. She was like, "Listen, you at least want to put your hat in the name, right? I mean, if you can't win if you don't play, right?" So I did it. I put myself on tape. Nev Campbell, she read my lines with me. We were out there working together, and next thing I know, I got Boardwalk Empire.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And wanted to say, Michael, you've been nominated 3 times for 3 Emmy awards. I mean, 3 Emmy nominations so far, or 4. Let's count.
Let's see. The night of When They See Us, and yeah, well, 3. Yes, sir. 3 as an actor, and then 1 as a producer for the Rage in the System. Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. And these we're talking about monumental characters. Speaking of Bessie,
before we go on, I just wanted to just give us. I just feel like what you just said about the whole Harlem Renaissance and that Chalky represented that. I just wanted to just I just felt it on my heart to give a special shout out to my brother, Sean Puffy Combs. When he was very instrumental in helping me realize the impact of what that character meant to the community. With that Ciroc commercial, I remember, I was here. He told me stories how he went to Anthony Manlin, was like, these men have to be in this commercial with me in this promo, and I see them as the next, the next. And he just kept saying, chalky motherfucking white. You know what I'm saying? I just, he made me realize just how valuable that character was to the community, and he showed me how that is forever part of my brand. Is that character, man, because of the amount of style and swagger that he had. That character got me wearing bow ties. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted it was just on my heart, man, to give a special shout out to the other Harlem ambassador. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, there's many of us, baby. I always say that there's so many. They call me the Harlem ambassador. Puffy is.
No. You are a Harlem ambassador. No. That's not what they say. No, you are. I don't walk the streets with your black ass. I didn't see how the streets respond to you, bro. You are a Harlem ambassador. Nah.
Okay. And Harlem, a special shout out to Puffy, Sean Combs, one of the Harlem Kings. And he is absolutely right. You are part of our legacy now. You're part of our legacy with the Harlem with Chalky White and this right here, the Ciroc commercial. So dude, Queen Latifah,
Yes.
from king to queen, Queen Latifah working with her on Bessie as her love interest, her all that, her everything. Jackie, for which you were, another incredible role. What was that like?
Oh man, working with Dana was that was nothing short of a dream come true. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if there was ever the time when I knew to believe in my dreams, it was the day I got to work with her.
Mm-hmm.
I've known Dana since she was 17 and I was like 19. You know what I mean? We used to run the streets and I was there, I was one of the people she told, Mike, can you keep a secret? I'm about to get a record deal. You know what I mean? I was there, I saw all of that. And, to say she inspired me is an understatement, right? She fucking, just to watch her process was, and to have a first class seat, to her process and to her evolution into becoming Queen Latifah. It was that was like one-on-one for me, and it just I was determined to not get left behind, and I didn't mean that I wanted to ride her,
No.
although I tried to get my position, like, Dana, can I dance for you? Dana, can I model for you? Dana, can I carry your bags? Anything? And she would just always say, Mike, don't worry, man, I got you, Mike, don't worry. And she never changed her number without making sure I had it. And I just knew that the day was going to come that I was going to work with her. But
Right.
when we were but to be able to be, you know, like her co-star and something that she produced, that was what we dreamt about. That was all we dreamt about. Just what I mean, from these streets, man. She, then if she, she Jersey girl through and through. She Brick City through and through. But
Mm-hmm.
she ran these streets with me, bro. I can tell you that, man. She hold her weight too.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a scene we was in. It was a scene where Bessie was supposed to be going down on Jack G, right? Little fellatio in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
So we were in between takes, right? And I don't know. I looked down and she was on her knees, and I said, "Damn, Dana, if the kids back home can see us now." And we fell out the closet laughing. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
I love
yeah,
things like,
man.
when I think anyone viewing, looking at this, when they hear about, especially us, us from the hood and dreams, and then just like having a vision and manifestation and seeing that come true. You know what I'm saying? That here, years later, you two are on a set. She's Queen Latifah. You're the rising star, Michael K. Williams. You know what I'm saying? Hearing those stories. I hope anyone listening to hear that just understand. Just follow your passion, follow your dreams. Okay, just wanted to drop that out there. Which leads us to something that hit close to home. One story. Growing up in Harlem. And I'm older than the young men that this happened to, but I remember very vividly. I have a younger brother. My younger brother, boxer. Well, shout out to him. Action Jackson. What's up, Ulysses? Ulysses Carter. See you. I see y'all.
Yo, what up, Ulysses?
He wanted to say
UC.
Ulysses. Three. That's right. 3 Emmy nods for acting. That's right. He said he loves
My
you.
brother. That's my
Working
very
with
first
you.
publicist too.
That's what he
Shout out
said.
to UC.
I see all of y'all, Courtney, Miriam. I always give a shout out. Gloria, Stephen, Stacks, I got you. Your 67 Precinct Clergy Council, your people coming through.
6'7".
Anyway,
Shout out to the 6'7".
7. So Stacks, I see you. Marcia, thank you so much, by the way. And my cousin Nayata, I see you, baby. and Charles, Elizabeth. Anyway, growing up in Harlem, one of the most terrifying things of my youth. I was a little, like I said, a little bit older, but I was still young, and having a younger brother who was, out there hustling, if you know what I'm saying. It could have been him, and hearing about these 5 young men that were rounded up and accused of a horrific crime for which we obviously knew that they did not do. We knew it then, but there was a different time back then, and just seeing this whole thing come to life with with Ava DuVernay, who I absolutely adore, bringing us When They See Us, and the amazing relationship and the character that you created with Bobby McCrae.
It's McCrae.
Was something that, like I said, all of your characters, man, like I said, they're indelible, they're unique, they're 3-dimensional, they breathe, they fart, it's just, they're just so damn real. And because we remember this story, we know this story, but we didn't know him. And what was that like, embodying that type of character for you?
First of all, shout out to my brothers, the Exonerated 5. How I feel. I love you, brothers, man. Y'all know how I feel. But so when I got the script and I got the part, I read the script, and I had I was gonna, obviously you play what's on the paper, right? What's on the page. And Bobby made some bad choices, right? He got going when the going got tough, and there's no going around that. That's what happened. And then I got the opportunity to speak to Mrs. McCrae, Bobby's mother. I mean, Antoine's mother.
Antoine, right.
Yeah. And we spoke for like about an hour and a half on the phone, and she never once referred to Bobby other than my husband or the father of my children. She has so much love and compassion and empathy for this man. She didn't even need to forgive him, because she never went to the place of needing forgiveness. She just she didn't have the energy to focus on anything that did not concern getting her son out of prison. And when Antoine came home, he met Bobby back in the house after all of those years, on a sick bed, right, on his deathbed. So she was just telling me all of this stuff, right? And when I hung up the phone from her, I was like, wait a minute, Mike, you got to go deeper, So yeah, he did what he did, but I got to go back and find the why, right? What, because it wasn't like he said, deuces, I'm out. This is too much for me. That wasn't the case. And when I realized that the guilt and the shame of realizing that his fear and ignorance of how the system worked, when he realized that they weaponized that and used it against him, I believe that he lived away in shame. Like, there's an old saying, if it's a proverb, excuse me, if a man cannot provide and protect and provide for his family, then what's left of a man? And I believe he got so down on himself that he believed that his family was better off without him. And to reach that level of pain as a father myself, it just hurt. It hurt. It really hurt. Working with Ava on the set was it was real beautiful, man. She's just a G. She knew how to she has a way of just like in between the takes when she comes give you a note. She was like, there was one time where I had to walk down the street, right? That's the first time when Bobby never comes home. And I went somewhere personally because I had a memory of the neighbor who was in Times Square filming it. And I had a memory from my personal life involving Times Square, right? So I would, and she called me back. She says, whatever it is, it looks like you got somewhere to go. Like you're going somewhere. I don't want that. I want to be more like you just walking into oblivion, like you know what you're doing. And she was right. I did, you know what I'm saying? So, like her ability to pay attention to nuances, I just think is nothing short of brilliant. And and to what it was like to work on the set, it was something I'd never seen before, man. They had grief counselors every day on set from beginning to end in case anyone from the crew or the cast needed a minute. I tell people, man, I should have paid her some of my paycheck, my salary, because there were a few times when she had to double as a therapist for me. I mean, like, yo, here, so you know what I'm saying? Just like, you know what I mean? It was crazy, but it was a painful process to tell his story, to tell their story, to be a part of that, but it was necessary.
I got to tell you, Michael, that even when I think about it, it's hard to get through that. I wept. It was hard. I got through that. I wept I still thinking about it, I wept like a baby at just the thought of it. I mean, that what you guys all came to do and create, like I said, is just one of the cinematic, the story and just everything is just, it's beyond. It's beyond. It's another thing that you're part of, my brother, which, right now you're riding another crest of popularity, which, never ceases to amaze us. But with the runaway hit that's on HBO, that is Lovecraft Country. So, okay, here's the thing. Noticing you've worked with HBO a few times and done really well with that HBO, which is awesome. And having the opportunity again to work with work on such an amazing show that's just out of this world, to be literal. But the character, Montrose Freeman, creating that, was it something that was? I know you bring extra to the role, of course. How do you get? And I know there's actors that are on here watching or that will watch. How do you get into a character, Michael? How does that happen for you?
There are two things. The first thing that I look for is a connection. Like what do I have in common with this character? Personally, that's the first thing I look for. And then there's music. There's a I don't know. Sometimes I think my relationship with music is a little bit weird, but yeah, man, it's music. I look for connection, and then I find it in music, or it'll find me in different music. Music will just come to me, you know what I mean? And but I have I use dream assignments as well too, which is an old technique. Dream assignments, yes. I use those. It helps me to tap into the subconscious and to make the process of looking for the truth a little bit more effortless. Kind of removes me out of the way. So yeah, those are the top. Those are my three. Those are my three things.
Wow, that's deep. The dream part. I mean, I knew about the music, but that dream part takes it to a whole nother level of a spiritual level where you can connect with the soul almost of the character, I guess.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yes, sir.
Which talk about that, and shout out to your cast, incredible cast.
Man, I just got to give a special congratulations to my little sister, Journey Smollett. Just won the People's Choice Award for lead actress, man, drama series. I think that just happened Saturday. So I'm gonna give a special shout out to her, man. It's my little baby girl, man. I love her.
She's amazing. We love watching her. She's an amazing actress.
Yeah, man, and she's a beautiful human being.
Right. That we saw her grow up. We saw her grow up, like literally in front of our eyes. And here she's an incredible woman. And she's so and a good friend of mine will say shout out to another good friend, Anjanou Ellis, who's a great friend of mine.
Anjanou,
love you, baby. I need you here too, girl. If you're watching,
you gotta get her on this show, bro. You have to.
Anjanou, I'm calling you too. Okay, I got you. That was my Harlem peeps. Me, her, Sidra. We all hung out. Yeah, there she is. Fabulous. Jenny.
That's Journey.
Journey. No, that's Journey. I'm saying she looks incredible. Incredible.
Yeah,
so gorgeous. God damn it. But one of the things, like I said, people may know, they may not know, because they know the acting part of you, is the producing part. You did an award-winning documentary expose, really, on the whole process in terms of from school pipeline system, raised in the system on Viceland. What was that like? Because we all understand, a lot of us understand about that. We all, in my case, family members been incarcerated and all that, but I don't think we always understand how it happens. So what was that like, working and exposing that situation and raising the system?
Yeah, first of all, that was if anyone's looking for it's for free on YouTube. Now it's called Raising the System. Just putting it out there if anyone wanted to find out where it's at. And it was actually on HBO. But how that whole thing, it was on HBO. It was part of the Vice series that's on HBO, and my relationships happened that came through the Viceland relationship from having done the Black Market with Michael K. Williams, but this show was actually on HBO. This Raising the System. But how the thing got made was I got invited to the White House, right? Me and like 29 other people to discuss criminal justice reform. So there were two things happening. First, I started to, I was geeking out because I got invited to the White House by President Obama. And then I started to tweak because I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? Right? I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't know about this stuff. And after I left the White House, like my head felt like it was about to explode. And I just sat there and I took it all in. And I started asking myself, like, okay, like, why were you here? Like, you've never been to jail. And I was like, oh, but I've been making visits since I was 17 years old. I'm still making visits. And I'm a long way from 17 years old. Right? So I was like, oh shit, maybe I do know something. Maybe I don't know, maybe I'm seeing something here. And I'm really, this is how my mind is working. I'm like, wait a minute. So I started thinking about my friends and family that I've been visiting over more than half of my life. Started my first visit, I was 17 years old at Rikers Island. So I'm like, why? What's up with all my friends and family? Why we keep making all these fucked up choices, right? So I was spinning this around, just like trying to put this thing together. And I went to my producers at Viceland, and I was like, "What's up with this?" And they said, "Well, how old were the people that you speak of when they got put in the system?" I said, "They were all minors," and just very nonchalantly, this white man, you know, who I work with. He's like, oh, that sounds like the school to prison pipeline. And I was like, the what to where to who? Like, how the fuck do you say that in one? What do you fucking mean? A school to prison pipeline? But there's a pipeline that they send people to jail. Is it is it like a transportation thing? Like, what are you talking about? Right? So that's how raised in the system got made. It's me going on a journey to find out what is the school to prison pipeline, how it works, and who does it affect. And it came out. This was a result from this, and it was such a gift from God, man. This narrative, because for one, it opened my eyes up because I was ignorant as fuck to this whole situation, and it became like a shoehorn, man. My nephew Dominic DuPont, who was actually he did 21 years. When you see the doc, you'll see his story. He did 21 years. He got a citation from Governor Cuomo and got released, and he was sentenced 25 to life, but he got pardoned in his 21st year. So he and I, after the official rollout that HBO did with it, once that kind of fizzled, right, they went on to the next thing. Me and my nephew, we took this documentary and we started going into the hoods and just showing it on our own. I remember the first screening was in the rec room at Red Hook Projects, and we showed this from everywhere, from Rikers Island to NYU and everything in between. And screens is about over like 150 times by now. And it's a great way to start the narrative. And it's not about just getting in the room to watch the doc. You know, we now have a panel, a very diverse panel that we give up. We just each of us just tell our story about how we got to be at this panel, what led us to want to shed light on this thing, and then we would turn the mic over to the audience, and that's where all the magic was at. When we started passing the mic, it just became like this massive think tank, and I'm just so grateful to have the opportunity to be a part of this and use it in the community. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know, which also thank you. I just want to pause here to say thank you, Michael, for that. Thank you for putting light, opening up the discussion for us and for people
Shout out to my little sister Felicia. I'm sorry, I ain't seen her in a minute. Yeah, shout out to Felicia Snoop Pearson. That's my little sister right here from the Y. That's what just I just want to give her a shout out to my little homie.
Beautiful. So, and I just would say thank you for that, Michael. Which, you know, also you mentioned, it also kind of took you back. It took you back home to, so to speak, in a way, because after that, that kind of gave birth to your baby, making kids win.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, like I said at the beginning of the program, Michael, you know, we all know he's a phenomenal actor and, you know, producer, the industry, but the things that you do behind the scenes are, you know, especially for someone like me who, you know, community person, activist, leader, you know, means the most. So when that's why, you know, you'll always be my brother. What you doing out there, what you're doing for your community, bro, is the biggest gift. And so I need you to just you know, we have limited time, but you know, we're gonna do the covers coming up. But I want to talk about Make Kids Win. That's your program.
And first of all, I appreciate, you know, the love, but I'm not doing nothing special. I ain't doing nothing fancy. I'm just doing what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing, right? It's like if I'm not bringing my goal and my gifts back home to the youth in the community, to my if I ain't bringing the cup, you know, the what you call it, the champion cup, the trophy. If I ain't bringing the trophy back home for the youngins to see it, then what the fuck is it for? I'm sitting on my mantle and just, oh yeah, I got this, I got that. And I'm not literally talking about the trophy. I'm talking about being tangible, being tethered to the community, letting them see whatever they need to see in me. I'm not calling myself that I'm, no hero or no whatever, but I like to, I need to be able to be tangible. I need to be the way that I show the universe, God, that I'm grateful for this blessing, because I could have been dead, right? Many times I had opportunities to be dead. So if I'm not, I got to show that I really appreciate what the second chance in life that God gave me. And for me, that is by doing to the next generation what Queen Latifah did for me. She never gave me no handouts or none of that shit. I had to audition my ass off for Bessie. I had to audition my ass off for Bessie. But you know one thing she always did that I love her for? She always stayed tethered to me. She never just cut me off. She always made time come back, round way, check on Mike. And I got to find my way to do that, to inspire before I expire. That's what it's all about. Inspire before you expire. So I just want to say, I'm not doing anything special. I don't deserve any thank yous or accolades. All I'm doing is what men do. We take care of the community. We bring shit back home for the little youth, then, right? That's all it is. So what Making Kids Win is, it's my nephew Dominic's and I foundation, and so when I did Raised in the System, went around the country, although it's heartbreaking, but I got inspired, right? Because I saw a lot of things that were actually working to stop or to slow it down, the school to prison pipeline. So I started to look for these grassroots situations around the country, and like, I like this, I like that, this, that, the third. And so what my aim is to do with Making Kids Win is not to reinvent the wheel, right? I don't got to come home with my bullhorn and the big actor and do my own rollout. It's a better look if I come home and look for the people that's already there doing the work, and then give them my bullhorn, give them my spotlight, and then bring the resources to them to what they're already doing, because that's really all it's about, is fucking resources. So that's what the foundation is. We're going to get a building, and we're going to house all of the programs that I think are beautiful under one roof, and we're going to create that model, and then we're going to take it around the city, and around the country, and then ultimately around the world.
Fantastic. Well, I'll say this right here, and God bless you. Thank you for doing the work. And you want to know something? Listen, brother, I know you. I know your heart. And I know this is a brother right here. He doesn't ask, he's just not that guy who wants to be, people just bowing for him and all that. You're really a community person. And it's your heart, what you give to people. And I can't, we will support Making Kids Win. We'll definitely be shouting it out, letting people know about it on our site, the whole nine. So, because we need that. Our community right here in Harlem would love to be a part of that. I'll definitely be a part of that, making sure you have the resources and the connections. The whole Harlem against Brooklyn thing is over. It's gone, baby. It's not. That's when we were kids. This is a new day. And I'm like I said, I'm grateful for you, brother, and what you've done and your career. Continued success, continued with all the adventures, bro. We got some more business in the future for sure.
It's only the beginning, right?
Only the beginning, y'all. You hear? And speaking of the beginning, right? We're going through something that this is part of the program where, we do the interview and then we do what we call our cover reveal. But check this. I know Paul's ready on the trigger. He on the trigger. He want to put it out there. The thing about you, brother, was this brother was so easy to shoot. One of the incredible iconic faces of all time, and just so incredibly photogenic. And we were thinking, Harper's Bazaar saw what they did with, was it Harper's or Vogue or whatever they did with Beyonce, and they're doing these double and triple covers because they bad. And I said, well, this is Ambassador, and this brother right here, we give you a cover for every single Emmy that they did not give you. That's 3. Let's give it. Let's hit it. Let's hit it, Paul. Give them covers. Come on. Number 1. Number 1.
Wow. Wow.
Number 1.
Yo.
Number 1. Number 1.
Wow.
Number 1. There you are. You heard me, Paul? That's number 1. Look at that, Paul. You have something to say, Paul? Want to say?
No, I mean, I'm glad you like it.
Okay.
It was great to play with you. Yeah.
And
let me cue number 2.
We're gonna cue. We got a cue.
Number 2.
Number 2. Uh-oh. Number 2.
Yeah.
Number 2. What?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of love. Thank you.
Number 2, fire. That's right, Ron. That's right, Reese. Sean, Tiffany, epic. That's amazing. That's right, Crystal. Got you. Myron, Angelique, Courtney. And then number 3.
So we got to say, this is the first time we've done this, right?
Oh, this is the first time we've done this.
Yeah. We've never done 3, so.
But it was just like when the cover talks to you, been in this business, in this game on my end for 37 years.
That Marcus, that's who shot me, right?
Yeah, Paul.
Yo, Paul, what's up, man?
I'm good.
That voice sounds familiar. I'm good, man.
Yeah, I'm good. I know you've been going back and forth. So I appreciate it. All right, I got one more. So this was one that we weren't going to release.
We weren't going to release, but it was like, nah, son, this is my shit.
So this is the one. I think this is very different for us. So I hope you like it.
The courtroom. It's semi-packed.
You're looking pretty clean.
Look at that boy. That boy clean.
See the defendant.
What's going on?
And the defendant is a 15-year-old girl.
Oh, wait.
She has handcuffs.
That's not on my side.
Her feet are shackled.
Oh, it's hold on. That's
the judge comes in. The judge is there. And everyone rises, even the defendant, everyone rises. And
hello?
The misdemeanor, but the sentence is.
Yeah, I think it's on your side, Musa.
Is it on my side?
One of your tabs, one of your windows. But anyway, Michael, it was a real pleasure. It was honestly such a joy to kind of get to meet you. Obviously, I've admired your work for years. And the energy was like just right. So, you just kind of bring it every time. So I think it was amazing to see, what we came up with. But it was like, I knew just based on what I saw you do, that if you just showed up, it could be something really magical. So thank you for letting me start that process.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
She said, I'm an old woman, but
you good?
Just when
I'm here, but I think that's on your side.
Do not change your mind. You will die a miserable death.
Mike, no, it's on you. When I mute your mic, it goes away.
Oh,
so of course, this is my ruling.
Nah,
yeah,
I still hear it. Wait a minute, hold on.
It's all good. It's background.
We see
the old lady.
All right.
This is a little bug on the floor, and the bug, we see the bug's perspective. So
I don't know where this is coming from.
Through feet, through legs, through the, onto the other side, and it travels up the judge's stand, up onto the judge's couch.
Anyway,
and it looks at the judge.
That's Billy.
You can see it looking at the
Woodruff.
judge, at the judge's mouth,
Giving us
and
a
all of a sudden it gets wings. And the judge is about to speak and goes into the judge's mouth.
Okay.
The judge kind of coughs a little bit, grabs water, and proceeds to wash it down the bug. Judge goes home. The judge starts feeling ill. Next thing you know, judge goes to the bathroom. There's blood. Goes to the hospital, and they look and they tell her that they can't see anything. She goes back. There's more blood.
Hold on. I don't know what's
and
going on.
She's in pain. She's got a fever, and the judge is like,
okay.
And all of a sudden, judge remembers hearing the woman's voice, "I'm going to die a miserable death." Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Even jogs, that kind of thing. We see her jogging, and so she's healthy.
I want to thank everybody for joining us.
Here she is.
It's been great. And thank you, Michael K. Williams.
And it's eating at her body. It's eating all of her organs. So anyway, the judge is in a coma, and the judge dies.
And you got a nice little soliloquy from another actor.
This happened.
Thank you guys for joining
different judges.
Us.
Cops are dying.
And we will see you again
and
next week.
A detective notices something different. She says, maybe there's a link. Why are they dying? You go over footage. At the end, they see an old woman stand up and say,
everybody, we're going to close out.
Same old woman.
I don't know what happened.
It's okay. I'm going to end the broadcast. Thanks so much, everybody. I appreciate it.
I already said goodbye.